The Wolven Child, written by Stephanie Devia. Part 1. The cries of the baby boy filtered through the castle walls, alerting everyone of his birth. The king was born. Happiness and hope came, followed by fear and trepidation. Trepidation of what was to come. If the words of the witches were to be listened to, then a darkness was coming for the land of the wolves. And following that, the rest of the lands. The witches came to bring their blessings and protections. They too brought with them messages of doom. In their visions, they saw the evil that was one of their own. A master wizard that once walked a path of balance and healing, but was corrupted and tarnished by his own greed and lust for power. He did not want opposition. He wanted to be the sole alchemist left in this realm. He saw his own gnosis as the only path and answer. Any contradiction was dealt with swiftly and with violence. He had the ways to manipulate the energies of the realm, and ways to subjugate and enslave the strongest of creatures and gods. It was taboo for the witches of this plane. To enslave another entity was the purest of evil and very short-lived. Once the practitioner was given their wishes and desires, a quick retribution was soon to follow. The spirits had no issue working with the incarnated beings, if it pulled to them or aligned with their purpose. Each interaction and relationship was considered sacred to the witches. And to the entity themselves, the interaction was deemed special with the practitioner's devotion and respect. Many of the gods developed a kinship and love with the incarnated witches, and many came in to bring aid when not even called. This was the essence of this delicate friendship. To show respect was to bring glory and blessings. To control and subjugate was to bring misfortune and damnation. Jogran saw himself as a god, as having surpassed the gods themselves. He delved too closely to the outer realms and lost himself. He's lost his grounding to the earthly realm, and with that, lost his mind. His power and alchemy remained, but his focus and aims were now poisoned and murderous. Now he hunted the witches with murderous intent. There were so few now that they could fight him back. His powers were wild and tumultuous. The witch covens were a selective breed at their core, and they mated and cultivated their offspring with intention and foresight. Every birth was sighted, predestined. They had constant contact with the spirit realms, knowing which spirit was longing to come into its new incarnation. The witches were in constant contact with the elder beings that assisted with these transitions and helped the coming souls with a plan for their birth and which family they wanted to be brought to. The witches were also in contact with the coming soul and assisted as well. These were magician spirits, only to be born within the covens. Each incarnation was deliberated and planned to the second of birth. Which power the new child would come to manifest, which parents would help to sharpen and blossom these traits, and teach the child to become that which it came to the realm for. Only the female witches now remained. Jogran had assassinated all the males and killed all the female pregnant ones. All the children died of mysterious illnesses. Only one child witch remained, and she had been cloaked and hidden for fear of her life. Jogran had lost any semblance of humanity and kindness. He would kill the last of the witches and take his evil, spread it across the continents with no one to hold him back. And Jogran had also the foresight of the witches. He saw as well the glory that was to come with the birth of this Wolven child, the one that would bridge the two planes and bring balance and prosperity to any being that lived in this realm. There would be no more poverty, no more violence. All would be growth, learning, and ascending. The two sides of the coin would come to know of each other, and with that would come compromise and knowledge. Each soul on earth would learn true kingship with his thoughts and would have a true connection to the other realms, a true understanding of each one's thoughts and actions, and the results of each, a true understanding of the connection of all. But Jogran knew this was idiocy. True growth came from violence and oppression. How can one know their true strength if not tested and opposed? Only the strong deserved life. A blade can only be forged by fire. The witches knew that strife and struggle also gave one purpose, identity, and strength. But they saw too that Jogran had lost his way. He had lost the vision of balance and equilibrium. Now he hunted them, and with the birth of the Lycae child, he now would focus on ending him as well. There would be nothing to stand and fight. The people of this realm would only unite and follow strength. They were too divided. This child showed the promise of the strength that was needed, the leadership that would be needed to overcome this evil. The witches rushed to the Lycae castle. They had already foretold with the pregnancy what was to come, and now they came to administer their blessings. If this was the last thing they could do to at least protect this child, it would be to protect him from death from the time being. This great evil would not touch this child if it was the last thing they did. Jogran already knew the witches were on their way to the child wolf. He had already planned for the moment of conception. Silver was a lovely, vicious treat for the wolves. It could kill if the wolf was stabbed in just the right place. It was poison to them. But this weapon, he would need more than just silver. The child wolf would be the alpha of alphas, and his strength would be unmatched. This weapon would have to be crafted, especially for the sole purpose of an instant kill. He went to the most deadly and violent of volcanic mountains and summoned the most evil of the sleeping spirits. He had many months to plan and prepare. This weapon, not a sword, but a dagger, would be forged in the hottest of fires and weaved with the deadliest of energy to make it kill with one plunge